Hawaii, where fire meets water, where life is carried by wind and wave, from a land alone and unlikely. Aloha.
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 Aloha. It means more than hello or goodbye.
In the North Pacific Ocean lies the island of Hawaii, also known as the Big Island. This is the largest and youngest of the Hawaiian Islands, and its still growing landmass has a range of climate zones. On this volcano-rich island with subtropical coastline, nature's elements collide spectacularly. Enjoy the warm blue water and the ocean breezes. See the red-hot lava flow and delve into a lush green jungle. On this remote American island, the unique Polynesian culture of the Hawaiians and their special connection to nature is ever present. This is the domain of Pele, the mythical goddess of fire, volcanoes, and passion. Set out exploring to see the island's natural wonders. Take a few days to drive around the Big Island. Remember, nobody's in a hurry here, so take your time and expect some unusual road closures. The resort-rich west side of the Big Island offers black lava beaches, history, and water sports. Pacific green sea turtles crawl ashore in Kaloko Honokahau National Historical Park. To greet the honu underwater, dive into the sheltered Kahalu'u Bay. This beach park is part of Kailua Kona, the island's main resort hub. It's a relaxing place to enjoy the sunshine and try some stand-up paddleboarding. When you're ready for a break, taste one of Kona's exclusive brews or treat the children to shave ice, another Hawaiian specialty. Shop for aloha souvenirs or beachwear and admire Hulihe'e Palace. Relax a few days on Mauna Kea Beach, with Hawaii's highest point, the summit of Mauna Kea volcano, in the backdrop. Set aside a day for nearby Captain Cook Village. In 1779, the famous English explorer was killed right here in Kealakekua Bay. These days, the old jetty built in his honor is used for sunbathing and people watching. It is worth stopping by at this painted church when driving south to Pu'uhonua o Honaunau National Historical Park. Pu'uhonua was a place of refuge in ancient times. see primitive canoes, huts, and board games, and walk around the sacred burial temple for Hawaiian chiefs guarded by carved ki'i gods. Spend some time in the Big Island's interior and explore the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. The steaming craters of the Kilauea volcano bring in visitors from all over the world. This relatively young volcano has been steadily erupting for over 30 years now. You can even join a cruise to see the lava pour into the ocean. Hawaii's mighty volcanoes did not scare off the brave Polynesian seafarers some 1,000 years ago when they first set foot on the Big Island. After all, fertile molten soil is perfect for new beginnings, and on the Big Island's windward coast, nature and people flourish. Tropical Hilo is one of the wettest cities in the U.S., but the many indoor attractions on this part of the East Coast will keep you entertained when the heavens open. On the island's northern tip, in the Pololu Valley, overlook the sprawling forest reserves of Hawaii's lush northern region, the birthplace of Kamehameha I. The legendary king unified the Hawaiian Islands. Browse the boutique shops and galleries in the historic and rustic towns of Kapa'au and Hawaii. Back on the west coast, watch the sun sink into the North Pacific Ocean like a glowing ball of fire on Hapuna Beach. Salute the island of Hawaii with a Mai Tai or lava flow-inspired cocktail. Here's to Earth, water, wind, and fire. Nature's splendid gifts to humankind.
From an eye-popping coastline to a colossal canyon. From ancient cultures to cool coastal vibes. If ever there were an island where all things bloom, surely it is Kauai. It once took mariners months to reach her shores, but today, the Hawaiian island of Kauai is just a 6-hour flight from mainland USA or a half-hour flight from Honolulu. Kauai is the tip of a giant volcano which rose from the Pacific floor over 5 million years ago. The waves brought coconuts, the birds brought seed, and the mountains, rain. By the time the legendary Polynesian navigator Hawaiiloa arrived, Kauai was a veritable garden, ready to nourish all with her spiritual essence, her mana. On today's Kauai, no building can be taller than a coconut tree, a symbol of her people's deep and ongoing respect for the island. Begin your Kauai adventure on the North Shore, and you'll soon see why Kauai is known as the Garden Island. From Hanalei Valley Lookout, gaze down at one of the lushest valleys on the planet, where the heart-shaped leaves of taro rise from a patchwork of flooded fields. A half-hour drive away at Limahuli Gardens and Reserve, follow trails through forests and terraces, and gain a deeper appreciation of Kauai's unique botany and ancient farming techniques. Down by the water, soak up the soulful vibes in Hanalei. chill out with a chef ice, or enjoy the simple pleasure of a freshly cut coconut at the weekly farmers market. Rising high above the North Shore is historic Kilauea Lighthouse, a welcome sight to early sailors and anxious aviators after their long journeys across the vast Pacific. After soaking up Kauai's northern vibes, head east and cruise down the Royal Coconut Coast to Kapa'a. Nestled at the base of Sleeping Giant Mountain, Kapa'a is the perfect place to experience the aromas and rhythms of traditional Hawaiian life. Kapa'a is also blessed with some of the island's most accessible waterfalls. Breathe in the mists of Wailua Falls, one of the many popular film locations which dot the island. Just to the south is Lihue, Kauai's capital. Despite being the island's commercial heart, historic and cultural roots run deep here. Step through the lava stone entrance of the Kauai Museum and immerse yourself in the rich history of the island and her peoples. Then, take a ride through the Kilohana Plantation, home to a mansion that for decades was the heart of Kauai's social and diplomatic life. After exploring the East Coast, follow Highway 520 through the Tree Tunnel, the cool gateway to Kauai's South Shore. For an old-school slice of island life, hang out at Hanapepe, whose swinging bridge has been swaying under the footsteps of local taro farmers for over a century. Then, at Waimea, stock up on fresh provisions, just as Captain James Cook did when he first stepped ashore on what would be his final epic voyage. Cook only explored the lower reaches of the Waimea River, but if he'd ventured further, he would have been the first European to have witnessed the grandeur of one of Hawaii's greatest treasures, Waimea Canyon. After taking in the views of Waimea Canyon, continue north for views of one of the planet's most spectacular shores, the Napali coast. To truly appreciate Napali, take to the water and gaze up at the towering cliffs that have been stunning mariners into silence for centuries. Cliffs which rise from the Pacific floor and cradle a garden like no other on Earth. The waves brought coconuts to Kauai, the birds brought seed, and the mountains rain. Welcome to the Garden Island, where the only thing missing is you.
Hawaii is incredibly unique. It's one of the most isolated land masses in the middle of the Pacific. I'm extremely passionate about the ocean because the best moments of my life have been with these beautiful marine animals that I actively work to protect. And there's a number of things that you can do to help protect them as well. Remember, the ocean is their home and we're just visitors. So when you go to the beach, travel with your own reusable water bottle, your own reusable bag, and reducing your use of single-use plastics and using reef-safe sunscreen can help reduce your impact on marine animals and wildlife. It's extremely uncommon to see a shark in Hawaii, but if you do see one, just remain calm and slowly back out of its area. And that's the same thing with turtles or monk seals. Just observe and appreciate from a distance. If you want to enjoy time with marine life, do a little bit of research on those companies and support those that are environmentally responsible.
Maui is the second largest island in Hawaii, but fewer than 150,000 people call it home, and you can drive from one side of the island to the other in less than 3 hours. Many say that Maui is Hawaii's most beautiful island, and when you tour around, you soon see why. In this North Pacific island paradise, Polynesian heritage and the modern American lifestyle go hand in hand. Book a helicopter ride to get a bird's eye view of this lush landscape that sprouted up from the fertile lava soil. People call this the Valley Isle, because most of Maui sits in a bowl between the East and West Maui volcanoes that shape the island. Thanks to the tropical climate and more than 80 beaches, you can enjoy water sports all around this sunny island. When the trade winds pick up, there are plenty of bars, shops, galleries, and museums to keep you entertained. Maui's capital city, Wailuku, combines history with soul. Rent a car to enjoy the famous Drive to Hana, which can be a return trip or the start of a spectacular journey around the island. The winding road will take you past some of Maui's most striking natural wonders. Stretch your legs at a waterfall and pick up a Hawaiian treat along the way. Cast a line and see surfers compete to steal the show at Ho'okipa Beach Park. Spend an hour in the Garden of Eden Arboretum, a bamboo forest with great vistas. On the other side of Hana is Haleakala National Park with the highest peak on the island. It's a hot spot for hiking, so put on your all-weather gear and follow the trails past impressive cinder cones. To avoid the steep climb, drive straight to the lookout to enjoy the views. The dormant volcano slopes down to the sunny beaches on the west coast of Maui. Big Beach in Makena Beach State Park is the perfect spot to try wakeboarding. At sunset, the Molokini Island Preserve is painted dark against the evening sky, and when the sun comes out, the water surrounding it is amazingly clear. Book a boat tour and dive in to spot Hawaii's green turtles feeding on the coral of Molokini Reef. You can also see these gentle marine creatures from Maui's shore at Turtletown, as Maluaka Beach is often called, or find a spot in the shade to enjoy the afternoon. Enjoy a resort stay with the family at nearby Wailea Beach, or continue north to Kihei to learn how to surf. The oceanfront town has affordable accommodation, shops, and food, so it's an ideal place to stop for a few days. One of the prettiest towns in Maui is Lahaina in the northwest. This historic center is bustling year-round and attracts whale watchers in winter. Visit galleries and museums, or shop for souvenirs under the shade of an ancient banyan tree. There is no better place to end your tour of Maui than Ka'anapali Beach. This high-end beach resort combines everything Maui has to offer. Sunshine, comfort, magnificent beaches, and culture. This lush island retreat has it all. So take the plunge, splash out, and set out to explore Maui.
When you're here in Hawaii, you have to think about it from a Hawaiian perspective. And the Hawaiian perspective is that this is our ohana. We need to interact with it in that way. We need to give the land the same respect we would give somebody we love. Not only are we entering someone else's land, someone else's property, but we're actually like stepping on and walking in a living being. I think that concept of asking for permission is probably the most important one that we have, You know, I'd rather ask for permission than beg for forgiveness. The old environmental credo still stands, right? We want to take only pictures, leave only footprints. And if we can take that mentality back and spread those ideas around the world, then the world would be a much better place.
Honolulu is located on the Polynesian island of Oahu in the middle of the North Pacific Ocean. It is the capital of Hawaii, the 50th and youngest American state. In tropical Honolulu, the surf is always up and the weather is always warm. Hawaii's biggest city offers the perfect mix of nature, culture, sports, and shopping all in one place. With America's only royal palace at its core and Pearl Harbor just around the corner, there is a lot of history to discover. Visit the Bishop Museum to learn about the Polynesian voyagers who came here hundreds of years before Captain Cook dropped anchor in 1778. The native Hawaiians and first Europeans were drawn to the majestic profile of the Diamond Head volcano, which is still an attraction today. Whenever you're in the city, the backdrop of Leahi, as the locals call the crater, is a constant reminder of Hawaii's explosive beginnings. Climb the short trail to its circular rim for commanding views over the island and its picture-perfect coastline. Go to the top of the Aloha Tower to see how Honolulu has become a modern urban center. The capital is the gathering place where residents of Hawaii do business, but tourists mainly come here for its beaches and water sports. Honolulu means sheltered bay, and any day of the year you can go swimming, stand-up paddleboarding, and sailing in the harbor. Ala Moana Beach Park is the quieter alternative to popular Waikiki. Laze on the beach, or if you start feeling active, get surfing lessons or rent a canoe to explore the bay. Stroll over the boulevard to buy everything from upscale fashion to flowery local garments to brighten up your wardrobe. Downtown, you can't miss the statue of the fearless warrior King Kamehameha, who unified the Hawaiian Islands in the late 18th century. Admire the American Florentine architecture of Iolani Palace and visit the Halekoa Barracks. For lunch, try a Japanese fusion dish. The largely Asian American population of Honolulu has left its mark on the cuisine and culture of the island. Visit Kapi'olani Park with its ancient banyan trees and attractive beachfront. The park is home to the historic Honolulu Zoo, so take the kids to see friendly giants and exotic birds. Set aside a day for Pearl Harbor to see the remnants of the U.S. Pacific Fleet that was crippled by an air raid on December 7, 1941. Pay your respects on the USS Arizona Memorial, visit the Aviation Museum, and see the spot that marks the surrender of Japan aboard the USS Missouri. To the east of Pearl Harbor, the warm turquoise waters of Kailua Beach are waiting to take your mind off worldly affairs. Cool off with shave ice, the local version of a snow cone. Head back to downtown Honolulu for sunset and watch a hula dancing show in the romantic capital of Hawaii. Honolulu is a convenient stopover on your way to other Hawaiian islands, but also a great destination in itself. Come and experience the true meaning of aloha, which is more than just Hawaiian for hello. It means a warm welcome, love, best wishes, and even goodbye, but it never means farewell.
makes Hawaii special to me is we're the most isolated archipelago on planet Earth. There's a lot of great hiking here on the island, but there are some things that you should know before going out. One, proper footwear is really important. Having a light jacket, having rain protection, having food and water. Our rivers and streams have dangerous currents and undertows and can also be prone to flash flooding. If you're going to be hiking in a place where you're unsure if it's safe or legal to access, make sure you consult with a local guide that has a lot of experience in the area that you're going to. There's a lot of private property here on the island of Hawaii. Never enter places without permission because you could be going into somebody else's backyard or perhaps a hunting area. This island is an incredibly rugged, raw, and beautiful place. But don't forget, it's always important to be vigilant about safety of yourself and your loved ones.
Visitors to do what we call travel pono. Travel in a way that is positive for the thousands of miles of ocean that surround us. Reefs cover less than 1% of our Earth's surface, but have over 25% of the marine life. So we have a really important job to protect this reef that's here. These are microplastics. This is what happens to your water bottle once it ends up in the ocean. Wildlife is very much interacting with the plastic that goes into our ocean. Probably triggerfish bites, maybe a small shark. The other really important thing is choose sunscreens that don't have toxic chemicals. Look at the label and choose those that are only active ingredients of zinc oxide and/or titanium dioxide. The more people who experience what the ocean has to offer, I think the healthier our planet's going to be.
The Hawaiian Islands. These lush lands are home to stirring natural beauty, a fascinating history full of myth and legend, and rich cultural traditions that will truly inspire you. Princess Cruises invites you to explore and embrace the many wonders of Hawaii on a cruise that will change the way you see the world. Snorkel alongside giant sea turtles in Kauai. Sample sweet pineapples fresh from the fields of Maui. Walk barefoot on pristine beaches that range from sugary white to velvety black. Uncover the legend of King Kamehameha. Honor the fallen crewmen at Pearl Harbor. And discover even more through Princess Cruises' Aloha Spirit program as we immerse you in the color, culture, and flavors of the region right on board. Anyone can take you to the Hawaiian Islands, but no one offers you its greatest attractions and best-kept secrets like Princess Cruises. And that's the difference between a vacation and a life-changing experience. Sailing with Princess to the Hawaiian Islands is a terrific value when compared to resort-based Hawaii vacations. With Princess, you'll visit 4 popular islands instead of just one. Fun-loving Maui, lush Kauai, the fiery Big Island of Hawaii, and vibrant Oahu, where you'll spend a full day seeing the sights, plus a late evening, so you can also experience the nightlife in exciting Honolulu. Plus, during days at sea, you'll find a world of diversions, from world-class entertainment and enriching activities to mouth-watering cuisine and endless ocean views. The perfect setting for a carefree, romantic getaway. And with round-trip cruises from Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Vancouver, you can avoid the hassle of a long flight to the islands. West Coast residents can even drive to the port and sail the same day. Whether you're a history enthusiast, a nature buff, or just want to soak in the beauty of Hawaii, our award-winning shore excursions take you to places you've always dreamt about for truly authentic and unique experiences. And only Princess Cruises has excursions that come recommended by two of the most trusted names in world exploration, Discovery and Animal Planet. There are also exclusive Discovery and Animal Planet options that offer one-of-a-kind experiences you can't get anywhere else. Watch the craters steam at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, ranked by Forbes as one of America's 10 best national parks. Explore Haleakala National Park with its ethereal volcanic landscapes, subtropical rainforests, and freshwater pools fed by idyllic waterfalls. Visit Pearl Harbor and the USS Arizona Memorial, which pays tribute to the crewmen who lost their lives on December 7, 1941. Sweep along the spectacular cliffs of the famous Nepali coast by helicopter that have been the setting for Hollywood blockbusters like Jurassic Park and King Kong. Step to the edge of Waimea Canyon, a natural wonder that really lives up to its nickname, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Drive the road to Hana, famous for its unspoiled beauty, as you navigate 600 coastal curves and cross 54 bridges along this fabled drive. Snorkel at the island's best dive spots and scan the rippling waves for humpback whales, or relax on the world-famous beaches like Oahu's Waikiki, framed by the iconic Diamond Head crater. Sailing to Hawaii with Princess can be just as exciting as being there with our signature Aloha Spirit experiences on board, like lei making, hula dancing, and even ukulele lessons, culminating with a grand Hawaiian farewell luau, where guests get to show off their new skills. There's even a colorful King Kamehameha festival that salutes the first king to unite all of the Hawaiian Islands. Plus, there's Hawaiian musicians and guest entertainers, including our perennial favorite, the Halau Hula Olana Folkloric Show, featured on every call to Honolulu. You'll also get to hear from destination experts to expand your knowledge and appreciation of Hawaiian history, its culture, and natural beauty. And you'll savor a variety of regional cuisine on board that reflects the local culture, like Kalua duck, luau pork with apricot drippings, Big Island pineapple with strawberry coconut relish, as well as a wide selection of fresh tropical cocktails. Of course, you'll enjoy Princess signature features that guests have come to love: movies under the stars, the Sanctuary and Lotus Spa, specialty dining, and of course, award-winning entertainment like high-tech production shows and top headliner comedians, as well as street performers in our bustling piazza. A trip to the Hawaiian Islands can be so much more than you ever imagined. Rich landscapes and sparkling waters, an indigenous culture with a vibrant and storied history, and of course, music, art, and cuisine to spark your imagination. Travel with Princess, and you'll come back with vivid new memories, great new friends, and a new perspective on the world we live in. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
So the problem with illegal rentals is twofold, one for the visitor themselves and the other for the locals. We know of situations where visitors were scammed by unpermitted vacation rentals. There was one where they paid their bill in advance and found that the property wasn't a vacation rental at all, and another situation where it was a completely different property than what had been advertised. On the other side, it really impacts us locally because these illegal vacation rentals could be renting to locals. For the visitor themselves, they risk their deposit, their stay. You think that you're coming to this beautiful place and it doesn't turn out the way that you had hoped. My advice to visitors is to just do your diligence, do a quick Google search. If there's anything that seems fishy about the rental that you're trying to book, just double check. There are so many different options for places to stay, and we just want you to enjoy your stay.
If Hawaii is paradise on Earth, a visit to Hawaii with Royal Caribbean International only makes it better. Rediscover the fabled Hawaiian Islands from a whole new vantage point. Sparkling waters, pristine natural beauty, and perfect climate. Hawaii is the place for a day at the beach, snorkeling with turtles and tropical fish, whale watching, or a spectacular helicopter ride over towering volcanoes. The lush rainforests of Waimea Canyon, and dramatic seaside cliffs. With ports of call at Hilo, Kauai, Oahu, Maui, and Kailua, why not combine two of the best holiday experiences on Earth, the Hawaiian Islands and a Royal Caribbean International cruise?
The ocean revives all of us. My daily things to do is to come out and enjoy the ocean with everyone and to keep everyone safe and teach about the island of Hawaii. We do have a lot of beaches, it's hard to reach. Try and find a beach with lifeguards, and also if you're going to a beach with no lifeguards, please try and take a certified tour operator. Conditions change all the time. You can have flat water with rough currents or undertows. Educate yourself about our oceans and learn where to enter and where to exit. Make sure you let somebody know, or at least have a partner with you going out with you all the time. If you're unsure, don't be afraid to ask people. People here are super informational. Everybody's here to help out each other.
Welcome to Four Seasons Resort Oahu at Ko'olina, and welcome to Paradise Reinvented. Oahu is known as the gathering place, and as soon as you step onto our resort, you'll understand why. Perfectly situated along the island's leeward coast, experience our authentic resort that captures a real sense of place, deeply rooted in cultural tradition, yet seamlessly embracing Hawaii's vibrant future. Four Seasons provides the backdrop for experiences to truly rival the senses. Adventure, taste, romance, relaxation, rejuvenation, arts and culture, all within steps of the property. Conveniently located close to Honolulu and Waikiki's iconic beach, Four Seasons offers a tranquil escape, combining the very best in stylish accommodations, intuitive service, and a coveted beachfront location. Our 370 ocean and lagoon guest rooms, including 55 luxury suites, celebrate the authentic Hawaiiana style. The warm, neutral decor is inspired by the pristine surroundings, showcasing accents of local woods and banana leaf wall coverings. Over 80% of our accommodations overlook the Pacific. Multiple beaches host snorkeling, paddleboarding, kayaking, outrigger canoe excursions, scuba diving, and deep-sea fishing. 4 stunning resort pools, including an adults-only and 2 family pools, provide a stress-free setting for every guest. The resort also offers exclusive access to a fleet of luxury yachts. 5 distinct restaurants and lounges, proudly showcasing local, sustainable cuisine, provide unforgettable Four Seasons dining. Our spa and wellness center is truly a destination in itself. Covering 5 stories and 35,000 square feet, this one-of-a-kind retreat blends ancient Hawaiian healing traditions with today's most innovative therapies, taking guests to a whole new level of rejuvenation. The Jim Courier Tennis Center offers 5 plexi-paved tennis courts, whilst privileged access to the Ted Robinson-designed Ko'olina Golf Club is also extended to Four Seasons guests. And returning to that sense of place, we are proud to showcase an ongoing art and cultural workshop series. Come with us and get lost in the vibrant beauty, culture, and adventure of Oahu, and discover Ko'olina, Oahu's place of joy.
I think for visitors to experience this place, they really do have to be mindful on how they interact with one another. The Hawaiian culture is always going to be the foundation for my sharing. Enriching Hawaii is the most beautiful story I can really share with our visitors. I think the most important thing for them to take away, or at least embody, is to feel like you are part of this family. And if you think about yourself in that way, you respect one another, and you'll have the opportunity to engage with communities and people in a very different way. I hope that they take away a little bit of that passion and love that they experience here in Hawaii and carry that with them to their home and share that with their community and family. That is the gift that the people of Hawaii have to offer to the rest of the world.
To the sunshine, come and see what it feels like.
Hawaii is incredibly unique. It's one of the most isolated land masses in the middle of the Pacific. I'm extremely passionate about the ocean because the best moments of my life have been with these beautiful marine animals that I actively work to protect. And there's a number of things that you can do to help protect them as well. Remember, the ocean is their home and we're just visitors. So when you go to the beach, travel with your own reusable water bottle, your own reusable bag, and reducing your use of single-use plastics and using reef-safe sunscreen can help reduce your impact on marine animals and wildlife. It's extremely uncommon to see a shark in Hawaii, but if you do see one, just remain calm and slowly back out of its area. And that's the same thing with turtles or monk seals. Just observe and appreciate from a distance. If you want to enjoy time with marine life, do a little bit of research on those companies and support those that are environmentally responsible.
surf on all 360 degrees of the coastlines. Kai is the Hawaiian word for ocean, and it's an acronym that we came up with. K is to know your limits, listen to your na'au. A is to ask a lifeguard or a responsible adult. And I is to identify the hazards. Take the time to look around before you go and approach the ocean. You can easily identify simple things like rip currents, shore breaks, rocks, and reefs, and large waves, of course. Calm, flat water doesn't mean that the ocean is safe. In order to prevent drownings and to prevent situations in the ocean, it's really important that you try to visit beaches that have lifeguards. We always ask everyone to understand their own abilities. We want people to be safe and enjoy themselves.
E ho'oki panei mā ko me ka ha'a mai. E kumu mai ki ia aina ma ke kuono o Kumukea Kalani. This oli tells about the bay down the coast. It's called Kumukea, and it talks about welcoming visitors to this bay. E kana mai a kākou, I ke kahi, I ke kahi. We hope when our visitors come to visit our beautiful Hawaii island, that they come with an open mind, open heart. And be able to learn from the people that live here in hopes that they too will want to experience the beauty of the culture, the history, the people, and of course the aina.
I moved back to Hawaii because there's nowhere else in the world quite like it. And it's not just about the natural beauty of Hilo, but it's about the people and the spirit that runs deeply through the land. It's important for visitors who do come to the island of Hawaii to remember that you're in somebody's home. What I think about travel pono, to me, is about being mindful of how you interact with the land. Enjoy it, share it with people, but leave it as it is. I hope that they pass on the need to preserve, the need to continue to take care of it. Everything is alive and everything should be treated with reverence and respect, and I think that that's the best way to enjoy it.
The hula bridges our past, and it also carries on the past, of course, to the future. It is the voice of our kupuna, our ancestors, and at one time there was no written language in Hawaii, and it was the hula which kept the stories alive, so it is extremely sacred. It is our way to stay in contact with this aina, this land that we call home, and with our past. We keep it alive by sharing it with our keiki, first and foremost, and then also sharing it with our visitors. Take what we share with you, keep it in your heart, and take it home with you.